Here with Coach Mike McConathy, the Demons fall to UIW. And Coach, you mentioned it coming in. This was going to be a tough matchup. 4 guards, 1 big for them. And I think certainly in the second half, you cut the lead to 6, and then all of a sudden that part of the matchup hit. They hit 5. Their next 5 shots were all threes. They built the lead back, and you got some momentum going at the end. It just wasn't enough.
Well, you know, when you bury yourself against an extremely well-coached team that really executes their stuff, and you have 14 turnovers against them, we forced 14 turnovers, but the 14 turnovers that they had didn't hurt us, that we had hurt us a lot more than theirs, because they maximized their position. They're 10 for 21 for the 3, went to the zone, they hit 5 threes, and you know, somebody might say, well, Mike, why did you stay in the zone? Well, I thought that we were getting some good out of it. And they did miss some shots, and they started making them. Ended up, we had to go back to get back man to man. But the problem is they were scoring any way they wanted to. And in the zone, we thought they had only played against 7 offensive possessions of zone all year. They did a remarkable job of spacing the floor and hitting open shots. So my hat's off to them. They're very well coached. They're very disciplined. Coach Simmons always says, do what I say and do not deviate. They never deviate from anything that their coach says. And we did have some things happen that were positive. I thought Jamari Gregg had 11 rebounds tonight, and Kendall Coleman had 10. We had 18 offensive rebounds, I believe, on the night. We just didn't get enough of them back in the hole. So 18 offensive rebounds, pretty good, out-rebounded by 10. So just think what would have happened if we wouldn't have done that. But they started missing shots. Our break got a little bit, we weren't running our lanes like we needed to and getting people where we needed to be, but we kind of got out of position too. I'm rocking around here, I'm sorry. We got out of position because we were playing 4 guards and we weren't in sync like we needed to be in sync. I will say this, that just really proud of the effort the last 309 to go. Now we've got to get it to extend that to where we're doing that a lot more. So just frustrating. Got a long way to go. You know, you and I were talking about, well, you know, where are our kids? Where's their heads? Just got to come and play. You know, you got to come and play. You got to take advantage of the opportunity you have. Who wouldn't want to be a college basketball player? And I saw some guys play with a little bit more enthusiasm and effort, but here's what fixes a lot of things, Jason, is made shots. And when you're 7 for 30 from the floor, 3-point line, you know, you better be trying to get in there and get some in close, which we did get. Jamari he had 9 points and, you know, almost got a couple more. But we had some tough things that we didn't make breaks, is what I'm trying to say. We didn't create anything because we didn't get on the floor at times. If you go back and look at it in the first half, when they opened up their lead in the first half to get ahead of us, we had our hand on at least 3 balls, and they end up with them and get buckets out of it. Well, then in the second half, the same thing happened. The first play of the game, they go zone. We go into double stack, and we don't let the play develop, try to throw the ball in Larry in post position. The other guy's running through, and we end up throwing the ball away. You know, so there you got a chance to gain one, and we didn't do that. So as a coaching staff, we got to figure out exactly what we are, who we are, and do the little things to try to be more successful.
Free throws. Early in the game, a chance to do that. It didn't happen. Then you talked about the last 309 being really good for your team. The last 142 and probably the first couple of minutes of the second half, arguably you were tied 26-26. They finished on an 8-0 run and then extended to start the second half, and you're climbing that mountain for the rest of the next 17 minutes.
It's hard to climb a mountain against a team that's so disciplined. You know, I mean, a team that's helter-skelter, they'll let you get back in it. And we tried to get back in it, but we just didn't have enough time. We ran out of time. But we missed free throws in the first half. I think we're 14 for 23 from the free throw line. Well, there's no excuse in that. A college basketball team can't shoot over 60%. It needs to be shooting 80% from a free throw line and not 60% from a free throw line, especially if you're going to win a game when you're not doing the things that you need to do.
Because generally speaking, you said this team needs to play defense and rebound, and for the first 20 minutes, you did both of those things. Unfortunately, a couple little lapses just as you said, built too much of a lead, not enough time to come back.
Yeah, and you're just not going to be able to do that against good teams. Got a tough game on Saturday at McNeese. They're very talented. A.J. Lawson, big guy, Fizel, I think is how you pronounce it, transfer from Mississippi State. Just really special players, and we're going to have to take it and go to them. They're talented, but we're going to show up and we're going to go to work.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much.